a bearish order block. The low of that candle, extend that through. What is it in overlapping? Consequent encroachment of that gap, midpoint. It's real close proximity to that. So if we have a coupling or a confluence of these PD arrays, half of this gap, consequent encroachment. I already know some of you are freaking out that are brand new, like, man, this is too complicated. Keep showing up. You'll learn. I promise. It just takes time being exposed to it over and over and over again. You'll see it and you'll pick it up. But that low of those two consecutive up-close candles, that is your order block. That's your change in the state of delivery. Why is that the change in the state of delivery? Because it's also in close proximity to the halfway point or consequent encroachment of this inefficiency or sell-side imbalance, buy-side inefficiency. There's only one pass-through between this candle's low, this candle's high, that one candle there. Half of that is about right there, which is right at just about that low of that candle. Price stops dead in its tracks right at that order block where the change in state of delivery it occurs. Then it prices lower and takes the sell side out here. Let's go into a deeper dive with this right there. Just know that these two consecutive up close candles, that's my bearish order block. The change in the state of delivery is at that low. We're going to look at this candle right here closer on a lower time frame. Here's that same price delivery that was on the 15-minute chart, now on a 5-minute chart. It's anchored to what would otherwise be a random candle because you don't know what I'm showing. If I just showed you this chart here, some of you nod your head, yeah, I can see that. But without the context that I just gave you on the 15-minute chart, you're lost because you're going to look at this up close candle and everybody else with Tom, Dick, and Harry's mentorship, they're going to say, this is the bearish order block. And I'm going to try to sell short up here. And it never went to that order block. ICT's a fraud. It's fake. It doesn't work. Yada, yada, yada. And that's why you get these people out there saying that kind of stuff because they don't know how to do it themselves. 15-minute order block. It's parent. It's parent. This is subordinate. This is a 5-minute chart. It's going to be subordinate to the 15-minute candlestick chart. So the narrative is derived on the 15-minute. Then you look for signatures on the 5-minute to align with that. So this is that low of those two up close candles on the 15-minute chart. I'm extending it forward. Can you see visually how that's essentially half of this range right there? That's why it goes right up there and stops, not because Gann said so, not because there was a wave that Elliott rode in on. It's not supply and demand. It's not harmonic. It's nothing else but the algorithm. Okay, the price goes right to that price level and stops dead in its tracks. Like some invisible force field said, no, you shall not pass. That's why this level here stays open. Doesn't need to go up there. Why? Because the order block is the change in the state of delivery. It stops right there. So that means all this price run up above these buy stops here. It goes above to engage those buy stops, yes. But does it go up to some random level? How do you know how far it's going to go when it's running stops? I'm doing this. This is technical science. I'm reading everything in the price action. This movement lower from this high down to that low, that's your price swing. That's your dealing range. And then you have to split that up. Equilibrium. So we went into what? A short-term premium. To some random level? No. A 15-minute bearish order block. That is the consequent encroachment of this fair value gap. So if it does that, runs up here and takes out the buy side, why would smart money want that? Because they're going to sell short here. What are they going to do with that? They're going to offset distribute their shorts by accumulating the sell stops below that low. And that's what you have right there. So smart money sells short. All through here, they're selling short. Selling, 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 selling. Up to that point, they stop. They can't assume any more because this is where they're being told this is it. That's the threshold. Then, as price goes down, they're starting to distribute. They're selling short, but they're buying back as price breaks down close candles. Right there, rallies back up, and then right below that candle here, once it goes through that, they're covering more, and then covering right below the low where the sell side is. That's real institutional order flow. That's real order flow, Jack. Okay, whether you like it or not, whether you like me or not, that's the facts. Okay. So it repeats. It does every single week, every single day. There's something like this always occurring. So let's go into more detail and really drive this home.